Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Underhood Show presented by Mel Hambelton Ford. My name is Phil Nightingale. I'm the general manager, and Josh Providence, service director. Morning, Josh.
Good morning.
Beautiful day out there in Cake Land,
Yes,
isn't it?
it is. Yes, it is.
And it's almost Halloween.
It's almost November.
I know, it's
I
crazy,
cannot believe that. Absolutely cannot believe that.
Don't know where the time flies and where it goes either, Josh. I have no idea. Anyway, hey, it's a call-in show. I want to hear from you. 316-462-3673. That's the number to the front desk. The gals will answer the phone there. Tell them you want to get patched into the podcast with your question. Again, it's anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, anything in the racing world, anything in the new products, or anything in the automobile world, anything at all. Question, comment, or you just want to chat about something. Love to hear from you. 316-462-3673. Only show I know you get paid to call in. And Josh, as always, what's in that great package they get for each and every call?
So again, just for calling in, we're going to mail you out a package. It'll consist of the works, which is an oil change and tire rotation. We use Motorcraft oil and filter products here at Mel Hambelton Ford. While we're performing that, we're going to complete a multi-point inspection on your vehicle, checking over the brakes, tires, steering, suspension, all the safety-related components on that vehicle. You'll also receive yourself $10 to Mel's Diner, so you get yourself something to eat and drink while you're here with us at the Big Corner. Complete nitrogen for your tires, so you get all the great benefits that nitrogen has to offer. And this time of year, that's definitely more prevalent. And then a BG Products package, which is a can of MOA or motor oil additive for your engine oil, and then a can of 44K for your fuel system. Again, just getting that vehicle geared up and ready to go for that next 5,000 miles of driving.
All right, 316-462-3673. James Furman, morning, buddy. And James, sure you headed out to 81 Speedway last night. I don't know if did you head up to Lakeside last night or whatever for the USMTS race and video of that or not sure, or what you did. But anyway, good morning, James. 316-462-3673. Love to hear from you. Anyway, Josh, it's like you said, I can't believe it is almost November, but it is. I don't know where this time goes, where it flies, and what happens, but it sure is flying, that's for sure. Anyway, we got our second CTP Lightning in, and of course, guess who's driving it? Me. And it is pretty cool. I will tell you that the mileage range and all that stuff is pretty accurate. We drove it over to Hutch the other night for the Hutch Chamber meeting, and it lost about 10 miles more than what it said when I left here. And I'm sure that's just because the highway driving, yeah, versus all the in-town driving that I, doing from work each and every day. Now, we'll tell you, when I got back and I charged it yesterday, normally the range would be at about like 207, 209. When I got in last night, it was 100% charged. I'm sure it's because of the trip to Hutch. It only said 194.
Yeah, so it was adjusting by your driving.
The driving habits and what the truck had been doing and all that kind of stuff. So it'd be interesting to see if this turns around and goes and reverts back to the 207, 209 or whatever. Eventually, some of the in-town driving and things that I do and see what happens there from that part. So anyway, got to give a big shout out to Jesse Garcia, Big Corner Creative.
Yes,
it's his 50th birthday today. Kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I sent him a text this morning, and I hadn't heard back yet, so I don't know. He might still be sleeping, I guess. But
well, yeah, maybe he is. I don't know if he's still sleeping or what he's doing, but who knows? So, but anyway, happy birthday, Jesse! Big 5-0. Of course, Big Corner Creative for all your advertising needs. Anything you need to help your business advertise, do whatever. Jesse's got a great team of people down there to help you, take care of you. Anything you need from window tint, vehicle wraps, web page designs, anything of that sort, anything to help advertise your company, or you need a web page for your own personal use or whatever. Those guys are down there and got a great team to help you do whatever it might be to help advertise your situation and stuff too. So anyway, Josh, and just a little inside there, we're getting ready to beef up for Big Corner Creative. Probably going to have to build a building for them.
Yeah,
they've got a new contract they took on, and I can't really say much about it yet, but it's a huge contract they just got, and going to have to hire some people and stuff. But I'm going to have a building. Of course, we got the detail shop coming up too. So
no strangers to that game, I guess.
No, we're not. So
side of it, so
yeah, exactly. So the detail shop is coming along very well. If you haven't drove by the dealership on 119th Street, the framing's up and everything else like that. I hope we're in that thing by January, but weather permitting too, I guess, it's going to affect us in that kind of thing too. So
yeah, you get to this time of year, and that typically plays a pretty big factor for sure. But it will be nice to be able to better take care of our customers, and then just our internal needs to get these vehicles detailed and on the lot, quicker for sure. And that's huge in the reconditioning side of these vehicles is to make them look good as well. It's amazing with all the different chemicals and products that are out there, what all's out there.
Yep.
And it takes somebody. I mean, I almost view a detailer as a technician for all intents purposes. You got to have somebody that really knows what they're doing, because you can really mess up the appearance of a vehicle
Very quickly.
installing the wrong product or using the wrong tool to do it, or even just applying it the wrong way from that side. And the skill level that those guys have is insane.
Yeah. So we're going to offer a lot more things than what we do now with that situation. We're going to be offering ceramic coating. We're going to offer the clear bras and all that kind of thing, or a clear shield, I guess is what you want to say, on the cars and stuff like that too. But then also we're going to have, with this building and stuff, we'll be able to do a lot more than what we've been doing and get things through there a lot faster and stuff too. So I guess that brings us to the next question. If you know some people that are good detailers or want to get in the detailing business, or want to get in that ceramic coating or the clear bra film or whatever, we're looking for people to do that. We'll basically going to have an ad out here shortly for that part. But if you know somebody that's interested, we'd love to talk to them and get them on board now before the building's even up. We got plenty of room for detailers right now and stuff like that too. So, but when the building opens up, we're going to have to hire a few more people to get that assembly line going that we want to get going, and all that stuff too. So
just working on the state of the art facility for them, for sure.
exactly. I know there's not going to be a better facility for anybody to work in from that part. Going to be heated, air conditioned, and all that kind of stuff. So climate controlled for you to work in, and you'll have the best equipment, and everything else too, to help take care of to make your car look perfect. So anyway, Josh, anything exciting happened to shop this week or anything at all?
It's been a really busy week for us, for sure, on that side, and it just seems like you don't ever get caught up, which I guess is if you're going to have a problem, it's a good problem to have. But just trying to do the best we can to get everybody taken care of and where they need to be and all that stuff. This week, I got the opportunity to go to Wichita North and visit with their automotive class up there. Had a really good visit. Took expedition up there, and we did just showing the tech of that vehicle and what all that can do. Did a parallel parking demonstration, and the students were just blown away by the not
Touching the wheel.
not touching it. It's sitting there parking itself in a parallel parking stall. And for around here, is that probably a feature or function that a lot of people would probably use? Probably not, but you get into a lot of the bigger cities and stuff like that, and I suppose it would become definitely more of a thing for sure. But just to experience that thing driving itself and how close it gets to those other cars and
it's crazy, isn't it?
and everything like that, and just knowing where everything it is eye-opening, from that side of it. And then we took the Lightning up there, we took the Pro up there and just showed off the kind of the drivetrain, the batteries.
Do a burnout or anything?
Did not do a burnout in it. As we were pulling out, we were strongly encouraged by about 40 students to do a burnout. But
well, I would have done it, Josh. Put that thing in sport mode. Hang on.
Yep. So, and then we took the Bronco up there, and I think it's just eye opening. You go into some of those automotive classes like that, and we partner with a lot of the surrounding areas, and go I think much further than a lot of other dealers do to network with those guys and get a pool or a draw or a good just good relationships to help support them, because I go to these classes and you see the tools or the equipment or the engines that they're working on, and it's just not a fair representation of what the industry is really like. And so to be able to maybe encourage or inspire, but then also put a light on what the industry really is or can be for them is huge.
Yeah, and it's a deal. Josh, when I got into being a tech, it was a greasy, grimy. We were overhauling engines. We were doing valve jobs. We were doing head gaskets, water pumps. We tearing trainings apart, all that kind of thing. Today, we don't even overhaul. If it does, say a car does need a motor, we don't overhaul them anymore.
Yeah,
just get a whole complete unit and put in there.
Yeah, there's times, when we get involved in something, and because of parts availability and things like that, that it's more efficient for the consumer or customer to build a engine. We'll replace pistons and rods and cranks or whatever. but it's a pretty rare occasion that happens. But then on the other side of that, I mean, it's a pretty rare occasion that you have something that is, an internally lubricated component or part of a short block component that breaks. You just don't see it that often. Everybody has a really durable powertrain from that side of things, and then if you do see it, odds are that it's caused from lack of maintenance.
Yep.
And in those situations or circumstances, it's just not conducive to go in and replace, bearings or rings or anything like that, because a lot of times throughout the whole engine, there's going to be sludge or, carbon from lack of maintenance. And so it's just, you would eventually just kind of be chasing your tail on fixing stuff on something like that. Once you get to a certain point on that lack of maintenance side of things, it's just hard to come back from.
It is, and we said this many times how the cars used to be maintaining and how we maintain them today, and they're so reliable and run so much longer and stuff like that. We forget about getting them serviced and keeping the maintenance up, and it's hard to adjust that and know that. I mean, it was me. Remember how hard it was for me to go from a 3,000 mile interval to a 5,000 mile interval? It was hard because that was always drilled in my head and everything else too from that part. So it is. It's a thing that maintenance, and everybody wants to go to that owner's manual and put and live by that. If you want to live by that, that's fine. At least that's better than nothing. But that's the minimum you need to do to that car. And remember, the manufacturer doesn't care about anything but getting out of that warranty period and everything else. They don't want that vehicle to last as long. They want you to trade it and buy another one. They want to sell you parts. But if you want to build a great maintenance, you need to come sit with us and let our service advisor put you on a plan that will work.
Well, we always talk about the multi-point inspection, and that's really the value that brings. Is it's hard to calculate that. Just because, I was talking with a gentleman the other day, a kind of a distant family relative. He lives out in California, and they have a fifth wheel, and they do a lot of around the country tours and pulling this fifth wheel around, and has a Super Duty. And I helped him, kind of find the Super Duty, and we got it for him and to him and all that stuff, and then went through and purchased a warranty to go along with it and put a Ford ESP warranty on with the truck as well. And he was calling me last night and talking to me about one of the things that's going on with it. Check engine light happened to come on. Well, he calls the dealer up that is closest to him. Of course, where he's at in California, it's a real rural area, and it's about an hour to any type of dealer or anything along those lines. And so he calls them up, and of course, right off the bat, they tell him it's going to be about a month before they can look at it for this check engine light, which from that side of things, I mean, I get it, and the truck is running okay, but his concern was, hey, my check engine light's on, but if I continue to drive it, what
damage you can do?
I don't want to hurt the thing if I keep on driving this thing. And so he had happened to have a code reader and kind of let me know what the code was, and it happened to be a DEF, the heater blanket in the tank,
fuel tank. Yeah.
And so I said, you're not hurting anything by driving it till you get to that appointment. But I said, if that light's on and something else happens, or you don't know if
you have another failure.
Yeah. The light's not going to get brighter. It doesn't come on a different color.
Now we'll tell you, we'll start flashing.
Yeah, or anything like that. And so I said, it's not going to hurt anything to continue to drive it like that. But then we started going on, and he says, well, when I made the appointment, I've had the truck for, probably 20, 25,000 miles, doing a lot of pulling with the trailer. He says, I have no other problems with anything else on this truck, but I want to know that it's ready to go. So when I hook onto the trailer and I go, I don't have any other issues.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started talking about a multi-point inspection and doing a good multi-point inspection. And he says, well, are they going to check over my brakes? Are they going to do this? Are they going to do that? And I said, man, I
hope so.
Yeah, I sure wish I could tell you yes.
But you don't know.
But
I'm sure, I guess you got to ask for that.
And I said, I for sure would ask for, a multi-point inspection and to check the brakes, especially doing pulling and stuff like that. But it just got me thinking about how things that we do that are standard on each and every car, that's not the same everywhere.
No,
It's not. It's the right thing to do. It's what you should do. But is it done?
Yeah.
And if it is done, how's it done? Is it somebody just kind of pencil whipping something and going through it? And that's one of the point of contentions that I talked to the students about, earlier this week was when we're going through just all the different positions within the dealership and how every position is important. That customer experience is only going to be as good as the worst person that they come in contact with gives them. If a technician doesn't do their job and doesn't inspect a vehicle and says that they have good brake lining, and then they go on a trip and they're a state away and the brakes start grinding and they go somewhere and say, hey, you have no pad left on this thing. Where's your integrity in that? What happened?
Yep. And here comes James Furman up, and he says, let me tell you, if you ignore things your car's doing, you'll pay for it later. I'm doing that now. That miss I had when getting to highway speeds resulted in an intake valve and a mass airflow sensor going out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, James, you're exactly correct. It's crucial to what you're doing there, what you put your car through, and we've always said this too, is when you're that car, it's got to talk to you, and the only way it can talk to you is through lights and through what it's doing and what's moving,
or noises, or
from that part. But yeah, so there's a good point there. It's kind of like that old Fram commercial from years and years ago: "Pay me now or pay me later," and it's still true today. So,
or it should be, I guess, a pay me now or pay me more later. I think,
yeah, that's exactly true. So anyway, morning, James. Delbert is live with us again this morning. Morning, Delbert. And so now Mr. Furman's gathering up some cash to make it happen. So that's always fun, not fun to do, and everything else like too. So, which rolls me kind of to the next equation is the buy an extended warranty, but buy a good one. Don't buy one that the company's calling you off TV, or that you see on TV or radio, or somebody that's calling you about one. Don't do that.
So we had a pumpkin decorating competition here. We can talk about that a little bit, I guess. On Monday we did that, and so Lisa Hambelton put it out to the employees, and there was I think it was supposed to be a first and second place cash prize. I don't remember what we initially said, but and then everybody that participated, she gave a tank of fuel to for employees, and the number of entries that we got this year was huge from that side of it as well. And then just everybody just stepped their game up. I mean, it was crazy, the number of entries, but then also just the talent or
the ideas, I mean, the things we had with those was crazy
of where they came from. And so I think we ended up paying like a first, a second, a tie for third, and maybe even a fourth or something, just because of the talent. And it was hard to judge. It really, really was. But what brought that up, I guess, was one of the pumpkins had something about somebody trying to get a hold of you for your car's warranty being expired. And,
that wasn't it. Yeah. We've been trying to call you about your extended warranty. Yeah. From that part. So I'm promising you that a good warranty behind you it's an insurance plan. Hope you don't use it, but I promise you, sometime I know that car is going to break, and you want to be ready for it, and not be in Mr. Furman's situation where he has to gather the cash up to get it fixed and everything else too. Those warranties are very good if you buy one that's going to be a good coverage and everything else like that. But again, you get what you pay for from that part too. So if you want some questions on extended warranties or coverages or whatever, love to talk to you about that too. If you got a question, just call into the show right now. We'd love to answer your questions about those warranties and stuff. But the crucial thing is you've got to figure out how, when you buy one of those, is the time and miles. You don't want to buy much time and not enough miles. You want to buy too many miles and not enough time or whatever. But really figure out your driving habits, how many miles you're driving, and build a plan that meets your driving habits. So love to hear from you. That 316-462-3673. Love to hear from you. Anyway, Goose, Kansas International Dragway, big race out there today. Goose, if you'd love to call in and tell everybody what's going on, love to hear from you too. But big race for the kids out at Kansas International Dragway today. I believe gates open at 4, but I'm not sure what time the trick-or-treating's happening and all that kind of stuff. There's power wheel races for the kids, so get your power wheels, head out to Kansas International Dragway. $10 a carload. So if you got a bus, load everybody up in a bus and come on out for $10 into a carload and stuff too. So Goose, buzz on the show here real quick, or maybe Nick Roberts can call in too and tell us everything's going on at Kansas International Dragway. A good place to take your kids, a safe place to take your kids for trick-or-treating and stuff. And I'm sure they got lots of candy out there at Kansas International Dragway. So Goose, give us a shout. And we'll kind of go over all the details and times and all that kind of stuff. But Josh, you got a bus anywhere we can gather up?
Well, so there happens
I got that bus that keeps driving over me all the time in the store.
There happens to
Did you steal the keys to that thing yet, Josh?
Happens to be one running around here, but you are not allowed on it.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I know.
So,
trust me, I know. We had to get rid of that 60 passenger. We get 120 passenger. Said it's 2 duals on it. We got 4 sets of duals on it driving over me.
Just out of necessity. Just out of necessity. So
I get it. So 316-462-3673. Oh, God. Love to hear from you and everything else, too. So, sorry, I got text coming in.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Everything else
I understand
too,
that. So, but yeah, give us a call, 316-462-3673. That's the number to jump on the air here with us for sure.
Yeah. So, and we'll see if we can get here. I'll just text Nick and see if
have
Goose
Nick,
see if they can buzz in here. And
that sounded like they were going to give away a lot of candy out there from that side of it. And then just, I know they got to be kind of winding down out there as far as, I
think that, I don't know.
As far as what all events they have left this year, and then
that's a good question. I don't know if this is their last show at Kansas International Dragway, or if they got more to go yet. I'm not sure. That's another good question. Maybe we get Goose on the phone here, and I'm going to text Goose here real quick. No, I'm going to text them both, and both of them are going to call.
Oh yeah, and then from you on the 3J side of things, you're wrapped up for the year.
We are done, and yeah, we are done. And the car is a bare frame back there in the shop, and so yeah, we're rebuilding for next year.
We didn't waste any time on getting that thing tore apart. Of course, I think a lot of that is inspiration. Well, you don't let any grass grow under you for one, but then secondly, trying to get it ready to go to PRI, I believe, as well.
Yes, we are going to take that car to PRI. That's also kind of why we're trying to get it going and stuff like that. It's going to go out to Buddy and Tanner's. That's the Buddy and Tanner Mullins who builds our race cars for us. It's going to go back out on the jig real quick. We had one hit there at Boone that they fixed already, but it'd be good. It's better to put that thing back on a jig and make sure everything's straight and accurate and everything else too. And then we'll be taking over to our buddy Scott Bontrager Powder Coating in Hutch, and he will. He's going to blast it real quick and get all the paint, get all the powder coat off of it. And then it's going to go back to Buddy and Tanner's again. And then because once you get the powder coat off, we can see any more cracks, anything is happening or whatever from that part, and get it back and
go through, inspect all the welds and everything on it.
And then it'll go back to Bontrager to get powder coated again. And then we'll build it back up. And we're going to try to display most of the parts that we have in our race shop that we can sell you to build those cars, and put those parts on that car and take it to PRI. And also we're going to take Nick Roberts' drag car to PRI with all the drag stuff that we can sell you, and have that in our booths. And that's coming up very quickly.
Yeah. It's going to be here before you know it. That's for sure. So we're going through just kind of schedules between now and the end of the year, and it won't be long. We'll be
like Mr. Ballman's going to join us up here real quick. Josh, you got another headset ready to go?
Heck yeah.
And let's get him in here and see what's exciting on his plate for MH Ford Racing. And Nick, you just came in here in good time. We were talking about Team 3J and the car back there in a bare frame. We're taking it to PRI and all that good stuff too. So you can kind of chime in. We got to scoot down a little bit, get Nick in here a little bit. And
get on in here, Nick.
Get on in here.
What's happening?
Well, so anyway, give us we were kind of talking about what we're going to do with Jake's race car, taking it to PRI. Nick sliding a little tighter and getting the camera. There you go. And then taking Nick Roberts' car and up to PRI. And I can't remember the dates of PRI.
So PRI is, you would ask me that, wouldn't you, when I'm not prepared?
It's going to be December the 8th, 9th, and 10th.
That is exactly right.
I got you.
Appreciate it, Josh. So yeah, PRI round 2, Mel Hambelton Racing. Here we go. Yeah, so a little bit different setup this year. We're going to bring 2 cars. We're going to bring Nick Roberts' Devil's Glue Mustang. From what I understand, he's going to go out to do some racing with that thing here in November. So hopefully it comes back in one piece. If not, we'll, it may have a fender hanging off of it, but that'll be good for a good, cool story, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then we'll have the 3J car, the 2022 IMCA state champion car, right there in our booth too. Going to have all of the great parts and accessories that we offer from Mel Hambelton Racing bolted on that thing. I mean, pretty much what it races with on a regular basis anyway, but
yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun to go to PRI again, and we learned a lot from last time. So we got Nick on the line.
Yep.
Nick, hey, Goose. Hey, buddy. Anyway, Goose kind of sent a text in on the chat line. So I tried to get him on the line. He hasn't. Maybe he's busy out at the track going on. But tell everybody what's going on at Kansas International Drag. We know it's a trick or treat, $10 car load. Tell everybody else what's happening. We know we talked about the Power Wheel race for the kids, and Josh and Nick, that's for the kids. You can't take your Power Wheel out there and you go race. It's for the kids, okay? So anyway, tell us
if it's a kid's Power Wheel that I take.
Nope. Nope.
So we found one of the largest bounce houses that's in Wichita, and we're going to have a really awesome Halloween themed bounce house set up. We'll have face painting for kids. Again, kids, no Josh, sorry.
Kids again, Josh.
All
Nick,
the Power Wheels all the Power Wheels racing. There's costume contests, adult costume contest from AS Metal Recycling is giving $500 to the winners of the best adult costume. And
who's judging that?
Are
you judging that?
No. The sponsors that are going to be out there, any sponsor that helped with the event that's actually going to be there, I'm going to give them all a clipboard and let them vote.
Okay.
So does it have to be an adult costume, or does it need to be kid friendly? I'm a race car.
Yeah, it needs to be an adult costume for the 500, and then there's $150 for the best kid costume from Miller's Towing and Arc Pro Welding Services. They put the money together for that. So
very cool.
Really cool costume contest. And then we've got the car show and truck or treat. I picked up 3 awesome trophies from that. Best in show car, best in show bike, and best Halloween themed. So if you set up your whole car as a display kind of deal, as a Halloween, theme deal, there'll be a trophy for that. We've also got some really cool door prizes for the car show stuff. And then we also have drag racing going on. So we have 4 classes of drag racing, also open test and tune. So all kinds of family fun.
Okay, what time's it start? What time's everybody need to get out there for the trick or treat and the Power Wheels, all that good stuff, so they know with their kids and all that good stuff?
So if you're racing or in the car show or trunk or treat, the gates will open at 3. You can come set up. By about 4, everything will be ready for kids. So the bounce house will be set up. The cars should hopefully be all set up for the trunk or treat. About 6 o'clock will be somewhere around 6 o'clock. We'll do the Power Wheels. After all the Power Wheels is done, hopefully around 7:30ish, we will go into the costume contest winners. And then, of course, as soon as the Power Wheels off the track, all the big cars will be racing all night. So,
all right. So,
looks like the weather's going to be good for you out there.
it looks like it. So we're getting real lucky this time of year. It's always iffy. I know one year, 3 or 4 years ago when we did it, we had burn barrels set up for fire and everything to keep everybody warm, and definitely had a spooky vibe going on, but it was cold. So.
Okay, well, Nick, we got you on the line, and I've tried to get Goose, and guess who's holding on the line? It's Goose is holding on for us. So let's talk to Goose too. Nick, I know you got to get going, get things set up, and let's get Goose back over here. Let's talk to him a little bit, but I know you're busy, got to get things going. But 3 o'clock, getting the gates, kids Power Wheels, trick or treat, all kinds of good stuff at Kansas International Dragway. So Nick, keep me posted on how it's going. I wish I could be out there tonight, but I can't. And I'd love to be out there. Of course, it might have been a good time to bring out the old 500 again and see what she'd do on the track again. But she's away in the bubble. Way in the bubble. So anyway, Nick, keep us posted on how things go, and we'll jump online here. Let's get Goose on the line and get everything up to date with him too. Okay.
Sounds good.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks.
All right, let's get Goose on the line here real quick, and
we'll get him patched through here as well. So PRI is, what did you say, 8th, 9th, and 10th?
8th, 9th, and 10th of December.
And you're all ready to go for that? Got everything we need?
I'm all but ready to go. But yeah, we'll have those 2 cars in there, and then we'll have some other parts and stuff on display. But it's going to be a good time. So
exactly. So here comes Goose on the
We
line.
got him coming through. Goose, you're on live with Under the Hood.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. We had
Good
Nick on the other line going through everything too, but exciting times out at Kansas International.
Okay. Well, if you want to know,
That's okay. We cut him off short so he could get you on. Okay.
what did you cut him off for? He knows more about what's going on than I do.
Well, we wanted to hear from you too. That's just it. So he got us up to date. The gates open at 3, $10 a carload, power wheels, big bouncy house. He talked about the costume contest. The adult one wins $500, and the kids one's $150.
Yeah, Lizzie's putting up $500 for the adult.
Are you participating?
Contest. You darn right.
All right. Dang it, Goose. I wish I could be out there tonight to see all this, but I can't be out there. Got other priority. I shouldn't say priority.
Iron in the fire.
Too many irons in the fire is what it's exactly correct.
Hey, you're excused, Phil. You're a busy man. You're making all them TV commercials, being all famous all over the nation. I get it.
Yeah. So, I get it too. So what else did we leave out? $10 a carload. And that includes a bus, right? I told everybody can get a bus and come out, right?
Yeah. The first bus that shows up, I'm going to make sure you get the bill.
Yeah.
No, we've got, Nick mentioned that we've got a small tire heads up, 28-10-5, 275 radials or smaller, $100 buy-in, 80% payback, $500 from Mark Pro Professional Welding, and an additional $300 from Blairside Performance is adding it. We've got a daily driver class, $75 buy-in, 70% payback, no fiberglass body parts except for the hood, unless it's factory equipped. Yada, yada, yada on that one. We got the 580 index, 70% payback, and the 650 index with a 70% payback. All the businesses are welcome to come out there and set up a table, hand out candy to the kids. It's about the kids, guys.
Yep, and Mel Hambelton Racing will be there with some race fuel and other goodies for the racers tonight too.
How about candy? We got any candy?
We got candy.
Perfect.
We are candied up.
Candied
up.
We are candied up.
We are no stranger to handing out candy around this place. I will tell you that.
Yep. So this is going to be it, guys, for the year.
Yeah.
Oh, that was our next question. Is this the last race?
It is. It is the last race for the year.
Okay. Any teasers about any teasers about next year or anything?
Well, you know what? Never say never. We've had you guys know on the backside we've had some demons over the top of us trying to get the track back from us, but we're fighting hard to keep it, and never say never, right?
Yeah, I get it. So if you got anything up your sleeve new and different for next year after you get the demons gone and all that good stuff, or you got any other future plans or anything or with it?
We do have some plans, some future plans. We've got a plan B, not to be disclosed unless plan A dissipates.
I get it.
Been there before for sure. So, but
yeah, but I can't say any more than to thank everybody for their help, their support, their sponsorship. I'm be the first person to admit that, we did the best we could for what we had. And, we are very appreciative of everybody. It's been a great year overall. And hopefully next year it's going to be even better. And we'll go into next year with a full schedule to where there's no guessing.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that everybody that's been with us and riding this bumpy road this year will join us for our perseverance and readiness for next year. And I assure you, it's only looking better for next year.
That
Good
sounds
deal.
good. Excited for that and everything else too, Goose. And let's get together and talk about next year and all that good stuff and everything else too. Okay.
You got it, buddy.
Anyway, so Kansas International Dragway, 3 o'clock gates open, $10 car loads.
Bus load.
Bus loads. Yeah, that's right. Bus loads.
Josh, you're gonna have to fly him in.
Josh gets the second bus load.
No planes, Josh.
No planes, Josh. Okay.
Gotcha.
Can we land on that runway? Kind of on a drag
you
strip?
can
Yes, sir.
land in a lot of places.
Gotta
Underneath
get
the
that thing
wires,
out of
Josh.
there.
Under the wires.
It's the getting out.
Yeah, it's the taking back off. That's the hard part. So.
Yeah. So
You have to pull up real quick.
real quick. Yeah. So anyway, $500 for the best costume for the adults, $150 for the kids, all kinds of candy, Power Wheels racing, and all kinds of drag racing going on. It's the last time to get out to Kansas International Drag for 2022. And as always, Goose, thanks for keeping a drag strip alive here in Wichita, because this town needs a drag strip.
I appreciate you guys.
Have a great day out there today. And like I said, I wish I could be there, but too many irons in the fire and everything else too. So have a good time out there, and hopefully you have a great crowd. And I know the kids are going to love it.
Thanks,
Hey,
Bill.
what's before you go? You said you're going to join this costume. What's your costume?
Oh,
Or you don't want to spoil that either, do you?
No, negative, Ghost Rider.
Is that a clue?
just a good old laugh. All we got there, isn't it?
That's it.
All right.
You all take care.
Good.
Have a great day,
Good luck.
Goose. Thanks for calling.
Bye.
All right, 316-462-3673. Let's get some more calls rolling. So anyway, Nick went and the calls started coming in. We were talking about PRI and all the good stuff. We got a lot of great plans for PRI. Can't wait to get there again. I can't believe it's already a year since we were there.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Good times. Yeah, so PRI should be another big hit. Last year was pretty good. Hopefully it should be a little bit bigger and cooler than it was last year. But beyond PRI, the other thing I came in here to talk about real quick was, we're finished with our regular season trackside support, our outdoor racing, but we're getting ready to start on our wintertime schedule. So actually got a pretty full wintertime schedule starting next weekend. So we've made an agreement with the General Tire Arena Cross Outlaw Series to service all 8 of their Arena Cross events this winter. They go as far out as DeCoin, Illinois, and Memphis, Tennessee. Kicks off next weekend in Topeka, Kansas.
Kind of tell everybody what that really is, Nick, so people or listeners that don't know what that Arena Cross is, kind of what that is. And
So Arena Cross is basically a under series from the Monster Energy Supercross that you see on TV. So there are a lot of amateur riders and some semi-pro riders, and even a few actual pro riders that will be participating in this series. They've got a TV deal with, I believe, Fox Sports 1 that will broadcast the races and rebroadcast the races, all the events. So we're going to get some good exposure there. So we're really excited to get out there to service those guys with Hoosier tires and Sunoco fuel and some other parts and accessories that they use while they're on the road. And we're going to take Traxxas RC. That's always a big hit, and it's going to be pretty exciting. So it all kicks off next weekend in Topeka. You might check your TV schedule, Fox Sports 1, see when the broadcast is going to be, but should be a lot of fun.
exactly. So anyway, not to kind of switch gears, but you brought up Traxxas a little bit. Didn't we have some new announcement yesterday?
We did. I don't know.
We did, and from what I understand, we've already sold the demo model, and
you can't sell it till the 9th.
yeah, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it's it's reserved.
Josh, you buy it?
So I have been walking by this. I don't even know what it was. This sledge up on the top shelf of there, and I don't know. I've been walking by it many times and have stopped and
Mhm.
looked at it. The problem with me buying it is that when I own
Gotta
it,
have two.
it's not going to look like that.
Oh yeah, I get that too.
Yeah.
But anyways, Nick come in my office yesterday and brought the latest arrival that is the demo model, and I don't even know what it was.
What's it
but
called?
I can't remember what it's called.
But it's their top of the notch.
It's big and badass, and it is.
It's
Can I say that on the radio?
yeah,
But it's
yeah.
it's neat. I can't wait to get it out there and turn some hot laps with it. But
it seemed pretty cool. I will say that. So November 7th, I think.
9th.
No, 9th.
9th. Yep.
is,
So did you buy it?
He said he couldn't sell it till the 9th.
Who pre-sold it? How about that?
Nick.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
been pre-sold. It's got a contract written. Okay?
Who got it? I want to know. Did you?
Huh?
Josh, hey, look at you, big boy. But now the problem you got, who you get?
That's mine. They got one.
Oh,
Yeah, each
really?
one of them-
That's
yeah,
how
each
this
one
going
of
to
them's got
work.
one. Yeah. Yeah, they got one.
Ah,
So
really?
we'll see. They'll end up with it, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
Yep. The whole this has nothing to do with automotive, so we're off track here. But one of them's birthday was the other day, and he got a drone. And I told him twice, don't fly it in the house. How many times do you think we've flown that in the house when I wasn't there?
At least a half a dozen.
Damn kids.
Hey, trust me. I've always told you, you laugh at Jake and I, but you got two of them boys. I
Yep,
only got
yep.
one.
Understand that.
You got,
so,
and your time's just getting started.
yep.
That's what you got there going
Sure.
on.
Is your house covered in Nerf darts?
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
Been there, done that deal.
Dude.
Yep. Very
The other
much
one's
so.
the Lego pieces that Jake he used to build everything with Legos and could build anything in the world with Legos. And God dang it, he'd step on those things and have them everywhere.
Yeah, we have the same problem.
It
I got
was-
bruises on my feet.
Nothing to go home and get ambushed by Nerf guns. So as soon as
That's
you walk
happened.
in
Yep,
the
been
door-
there, done that. Yep,
Yep.
been there, done that too. Yep, sure
So-
thing. Have been. So,
But yeah, Traxxas has been a huge addition as well. And, I go in there just every time, and there's always something new and different in there. And they've got replica models of stuff. And just you can go anyway from the really small scales all the way up to the larger scales and rock crawlers and, whatever type of hobby, I guess you want to
Right.
be as part of that. I mean, there's drag racing stuff back there. There's dirt tracks. There's rock crawlers. There's, if you want to jump something, they've got a car to jump and a
Sky's the
body
limit.
design for it. And it's just absolutely crazy. All the different models that they have out there for sure. So,
well, and I can't get over how much we are selling of that stuff. People just go crazy, and it's good entertainment. It's
Sure,
fun. Everything
sure.
else too.
you're not inside on a controller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, and then, we Jake bought that thing, that 100-mile-an-hour car,
Mm-hmm.
and we took it out in front of my house, but it was so cold we couldn't hold the thing down because it just wouldn't. It couldn't get no traction because the tires are so hard and the ground was so cold and everything else like that. I can't believe we haven't went and got it broke out yet again. Now it's been hot, but we haven't had. I guess because we've been racing everything all summer long and stuff too. But I want to give that thing a whirl. He did it back here by the warehouse and clocked it. I guess it's got a deal that tells how fast it goes.
So it
Yeah.
syncs to your phone and it'll display on your phone with the app on it. So
Yeah. So
Yeah. I think I was told it went like 104, 106 mile an hour down there.
it was something
in the
like that. It
warehouse.
was something pretty crazy how fast that thing went and took off. I know, but then maybe I'm sure Jake's, who knows what the heck he's doing today from that part. But anyway, I love to drive those things. They're so much fun and everything else too. So, but you don't know the name of the new car, which bought, Josh, huh?
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I don't.
It's terrible.
It was heavy. It seemed heavy. And all I could think of, so he's like, yeah, it'll do, however fast. But I was thinking that mass of weight hitting something at
It's the Traxxas XRT.
XRT. Yeah, I thought it
Yep.
was RT something.
Yep, it's the Traxxas XRT.
Very cool.
So go check it out. So anyway, right now we can only,
Right now, we only have a display. We have a display car, so you can come in.
Got a
and
contract
Check it
on it.
out. and- yeah,
yeah. I get it.
It's got a sales contract on it.
The all the different batteries and accessories and all that stuff that go along with that is kind of cool as well. There's a tow truck back there that you can put a smaller scale race car.
I saw
on.
that too.
There was the 450s. Those were kind of cool.
F450s are cool.
Lifted up F450s. So we're gonna have to take some of those to PRI with us as well.
I agree.
Definitely
You know?
going to take some cool stuff to PRI.
I agree.
And then
Just wondering how long it's going to take before
They get broke out.
and we start driving it around the trade show and we get in trouble, but that's okay.
we're not. Hold on. We're drawing a crowd.
Oh, I know.
We're demoing the product.
We will draw a crowd.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not. We're not driving it. It's not. We're not playing with it.
Oh, we're going to play with it.
And then the other thing this week too, signed up for K40 radars. So for radar detectors, and then they have some diffusers and things like that, radar diffusers that go on these vehicles. So excited to get that stuff next week and kind of see what all that entails and will bring for us. So
Cool.
I think that's going to be again,
You know
that's
what?
another.
What do you think about maybe having a little jump at PRI?
Well, I don't see why not.
We can jump over one of the cars.
I don't know. Remember we went out to bar, and Jake's going to be with us out there. Remember at bar to bar what he did there? We went out there with the car, wouldn't even prep to do dirt jumping or whatever, and we killed him. Were you out there for that,
I
Josh?
didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
I
when
didn't go out there.
the sledge first came out, and Jake ran the sledge. We did that jump contest.
Yeah, he got there and he
Finish
was
line
all
jump and
pouting out because he didn't have the paddle tires and all this other stuff and everything else like that. And
whooped him.
and just we beat him by like 30 feet.
Not just a little, it was a lot.
So what do we? Maybe we need to figure out how we can do a little jump action at PRI
Mm-hmm.
with the Traxxas.
We'll probably do that.
So we have to figure that out. So anyway, hey, yeah, Darren McKim, you need to come by and bring Mason and check out Jake's car right now. How it looks, it'll blow you away. What stage it's in right now, getting ready to go. Because Darren, we're going to take that car to PRI this week, this winter. So anyway, what else we got going on in racing world?
In the racing world, we're buying a lot of parts, getting a lot of things restocked for next year. So getting ready for Black Friday. Black Friday is going to be here before we know it.
God, I know.
So we'll have some big Black Friday sales and have some fun with that deal. And
Okay, so Black Friday, we always got our 10 cars from $999.99. I've got 7 of them, I believe, ready to go. I shouldn't have ready to go in line to getting all the recon done. And remember, those cars go through our shop and get reconditioned just like our regular cars, everything else like that too. So the cars are full of life. All you got to do is be out here Black Friday morning, be in line before 7 a.m. to get a number. And we'll draw 10 lucky winners for those cars. And who knows what else we got up the sleeve. I'm hearing there's a few rumors of different things we're going to do this year. Can't tease just yet, but I do know we're going to cut a spot starting off next week. That'll be out at the end of next week to kind of tease you a little bit more things we're going to be doing for Black Friday. And I promise you, you don't want to miss being out here for Black Friday. So after we get done Black Friday, then we head up to the IMCA banquet.
Yep.
On that Saturday, maybe Friday, Saturday. I can't figure out what we're going to do there exactly just yet. From that part, and then we turn back around and we're headed to PRI. Guys, we got a lot of stuff on our plate. You got that airplane ready to go, Josh?
It is ready to go. Yeah, it is ready to go. So
yeah. So anyway, lots of exciting things here. And then after we get back from PRI, it's the holidays for Christmas and everything. And then guess what happens after that?
Chili Bowl.
Chili Bowl, exactly. So we'll be live at the Chili Bowl again doing that. I've already been talking to Brian. God, I'm trying his last name, Fulbert.
Ryan Holbert.
Ready down there. Hopefully we can get him on this year. But again, last year they started the races earlier. They started them during our show, so he wasn't able to get on the show with us. Maybe he can get some drivers with us to come over and be on our show at Chili Bowl. Then after Chili Bowl, we'll kick off, and then we come into race open house season.
Race open house.
It's always the Saturday before.
I think it's the 20th this year.
Yeah.
Daytona 500.
Saturday of the Daytona 500.
And so you don't want to miss that out. Race open house. We'll have a lot of our vendors going to be here and stuff too. And I know we're working hard on getting vendors here that can do some displays and do some training and all kinds of stuff there too. So you don't want to miss our race open house. So it's a busy time, busy fun, everything here at the Mel Hambelton Ford. Make sure you like our Facebook page to keep up to date with everything we're doing and all that kind of stuff too from that part. So what else we left out, gentlemen? We're kind of running out of time on the show.
When's that first arena cross race kickoff? Do you know?
Next Friday and Saturday in Topeka, Kansas.
In Topeka.
Yep. And then the following weekend, we go to DuQuoin, Illinois.
Very good.
Where else are we going? So everybody kind of, and you can tune on Fox 1 to watch all these.
Fox Sports 1 is going to be carrying the broadcasts of those races. So we're going to obviously Topeka and DuQuoin, and then we have a few weeks off. We have one in Kansas City. We have one in Claremore, Oklahoma. We have one in Farmington, Missouri. We have one in Lincoln, Nebraska. And we have one in Kansas City. Did I ever say Kansas City? And then the last one in February, which kind of finalizes it all, is in Memphis.
Very cool.
So,
yep, very cool.
Should be a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, anyway, let's make any last comments. And I want to shout out to Jesse Garcia. It's his 50th birthday today. Did you know that, Nick?
Big 5-0. Big 5-0, yeah.
And he rolled out of here in his new Raptor yesterday. And he's all excited about that, too. He called me back after that and told me I have to go to the hospital, but I can't tell you on the air why he had to go to the hospital. No, he didn't. He was thinking he was going to have to. No, he's not. He's kidding. It's a joke. But I can't say it online. I'll tell you after the show. How about that? So, anyway, Kansas International Dragway, the place to take your kids for some safe, fun, happy trick-or-treating today. 3 o'clock gates open, $10 carloads, $500 to the best adult costume, $150 to the best kids costume, and lots of candy for the kids, Power Wheels for the kids, and all kinds of good stuff at Kansas International Dragway, the place to be. And again, a safe place for your kids to go have fun at. So, left anything else out, gentlemen? Anything at all?
You know, from our side of things, for month of November, they kick off a special on tires. So we've got up to $100 in rebates on when you buy 4 tires. That goes back on the Ford Pass Rewards account. So if you are in the market for tires, and this is the time of the year to be taking a look at those and making sure that you're ready for the upcoming weather and season ahead.
It's coming
for sure. So and that'll run for the month of November as well. So if you're in the market for those, let's get you taken care of there. So
we got lots of passenger car tires in stock. So if you need it, we've got it. So come on in and see us.
And probably a couple of options.
Absolutely.
In each size for sure.
Okay. So anyway, let's go through our sponsors one last time too. If we get off the air, of course, we haven't said much about BG Products, a great partnership we have with those gentlemen. They are awesome to deal with. We love the partnership we have. It's not a one-way street with those guys. We help them, they help us, and they got great products to keep your cars running many, many more miles. And I promise you one thing, their products are not in anybody's owner's manual for maintenance, and that's because the manufacturers don't want you using their products as it makes the cars run that much longer. So you get what you pay for. That's what they talk about in there. All kinds of fuel cleaners, oil additives, all kinds of things to help your car from that part. Big Corner Carretti for all your advertising needs. Anything you need in your vehicle, advertise for your company. Vehicle wraps, race car wraps, window tint, all kinds of good stuff. And as those guys say, just Google us. Hey, and if you're needing a rental car or need something bigger to get to grandma's house for the holidays, you better call Stan right inside here at Go To Rent and make sure that he's got something online for you, because we don't have the inventory like everything else around these lots today. Don't have a lot of inventory. He's been short too, so make sure you get your reservation in line at Go To Rent right inside here at Mel Hambelton Ford. So hey, everybody, have a great Saturday. Have a great weekend. Be safe and head out to Kansas International Dragway to have all kinds of fun. And gentlemen, we'll talk to everybody next Saturday.